In the beginning, God spoke a world into being, and when the light first touched the dark, he did not merely make a sky, a sea, and a garden. He made a human soul and called it good. In a small village, there was a young potter named Elias who spent his days shaping clay by the river. He made bowls for bread, jars for oil, and cups for water. One afternoon, after a market day went badly, Elias sat alone beside his workbench. People had praised the richest merchants, admired the strongest farmers, and laughed at his humble shop. Elias looked at his rough hands and whispered, "What am I worth if no one notices me?" That evening, an old monk passing through the village came to his door to buy a water jar. Elias, still troubled, asked him, "Father, why does God make some people great and others ordinary?" The monk lifted a small lump of clay from the table. "Does this clay have value because the village admires it?" he asked. "Not yet," Elias said. "Does it become valuable when it is polished by many hands?" "No." "Then why does the potter shape it?" Elias was silent. The monk smiled. "Because the potter intended it. Its worth is not borrowed from the crowd. Its worth comes from the craftsman's hands." The next morning, Elias walked to the river before sunrise. He watched the water move over stones, and he remembered the words of Scripture, that God formed humanity with his own purpose, breathed life into dust, and placed his image upon his children. He understood then that his life was not an accident measured by applause. He was made by God, known by God, and called by God. So Elias returned to his workshop with a different heart. He shaped each vessel carefully, not to impress the market, but to honor the one who had made him. He began to welcome the poor, gifting water jars to widows and bread bowls to hungry families. And when people asked why he worked with such joy, he said, "Because I am myself a work of the Lord's hands." Years later, the village remembered Elias not for fame or wealth, but for peace. Those who had once mocked him came to learn the secret of his quiet strength. He knew that being created by God gave dignity to every life, including his own. The lesson of the story is this: our worth does not come from popularity, success, money, or appearance, but from the God who created us in his image. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made.